Looking.
On his head?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Wow, did you get him? Smoked him. Hey guys, welcome back. Southern Extreme TV. Youth Day, turkey season. Coming in tomorrow. So we're out here doing some practicing, guys. If you've been keeping up with the channel, I did a review of a Remington model 870 20 gauge not too long ago, probably last turkey season, about how an awesome youth gun this is for turkey. So it's going to be really cool. We're out here practicing with Landon, shooting at 30 yards. He's done real good. He shot 2 or 3 times so far, hit the target every time. So we're gonna get it on film now. I'm gonna put him behind the gun and put a couple shots downrange.
Remember, you need to go up or down.
Looking.
On his head?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Wow, did you get him? Smoked him.
I killed it.
He demolished it.
Alright, let's go up here and take a look at it.
Oh my God.
Shot him right in the head. He's gone.
Oh my God.
Can't beat me, boy.
Check that out, dude.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what that means right there?
That's a dead turkey.
That means turkey nuggets.
Turkey nuggets for everybody.
Oh, dude. Hey,
That's a dead turkey all day.
that
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
that's all we got to do
16.
tomorrow, dude. That is sweet.
Now you got to see if
I mean, another.
Cousin Blake can do any calling. See if I can sweet talk one
Yeah,
into thinking I'm pretty enough to come see us.
You need some water, drinking something, Pepsi. Get you going, cookie, eat, what you need.
I don't need anything.
Sister, you got that some help. That's good. Again, that son. Point down. Yeah, you hold it. There's your other shirt when you have to change. There's our turkey decoy. You don't shoot the decoy, okay?
That's probably for practice.
It's the next morning, guys. Youth season, opening day here in North Carolina. We're ready to go. We've got a spot. We got a lot of birds gobbling. We can get over here early, get set up. Hopefully we don't have to move on them. But it's the name of the game, turkey hunting, especially North Carolina. Sometimes you got to move on them. So we're going to get over here, get set up. Hopefully we can get on one. Alright guys, so we just got to the property. And on the way in here we had a turkey. We had a turkey gobble. It's super early. Like you can't even see me right now. That turkey was a good ways away though. But that means we gotta get in here and get set up. Those are different turkeys there gobbling. We've got 4 or 5 turkeys over here gobbling just like we thought we would have. One of them is really, really close. Give you guys a time check. It's 6:40. Guys, this gobbler just flew down in the field. He's facing us. He's coming, Dad. I don't know if he'll come all the way across, but he's walking right at us. That bird's gonna come, Dad. I think.
give him just a little bit, but the good thing is sitting here. Is this a joke? I can see him now. Turkey back to the right. He was in that corner with him. Well, guys, that's about as close as you're gonna get. This bird come 250 yards across this field. That's the name of the game in turkey hunting. They're always right on that break point of getting shot and not getting shot. So he's making his way out across that field, going towards where them hens were at this morning. And we'll sit here, let him get out of the way, and then regroup, try to figure out what all we're gonna do. If we're gonna back out and go to another spot, or if we're gonna try to get around on another bird. We'll try to get around. We got a couple other birds gobbling, kind of in the direction that bird was going. So we're gonna cut through this little row bed that separates these two fields and see if we can kind of get around in front of them. Maybe get one fired up. I got the turkey gobbling. He's not far at all. I'm sending Dad and Landon up in front of me. I'm gonna stay back and call a little bit. Alright guys, we're trying to get in front of this bird. He's not wanting to respond to our calls a whole lot. We call and he stops gobbling. But we know where he's going, we think. So we're gonna try to get in front of him and set up and just wait on him. That's our goal. I'm set back up on this field. Dad and Landon are pulling up the field in front of me, closer to where that turkey is going to come out at. Got these daggum things stuck all over me. Kind of make that gobbler think that we're just a hen. That's up here in this field. So right now it's just it's a waiting game. All right, guys, we just had two birds gobble, and I'm talking they were close, like super close. I mean, those two turkeys that just gobbled. I mean, they were probably 100 yards. I'm gonna try to get right here so I can. Oh yeah. Dude, they're getting ready to come out right on top of Dad. Oh, they're doing exactly what we need them to do. I'm just not, there's no way I can film it because the way this field is, it rolls and it goes into a point. And they're gonna come out into that corner, I hope. And that's right where Dad and Landon are facing. They're out there in the middle of the field now. Dude, they had to walk right by them. Good morning, guys. It is the next morning. Obviously, kind of jumping around a little bit, but it's all good. So, sum up kind of what happened yesterday morning. Took Landon out. We had a big gobbler come in right around that 40 yard mark. And this turkey come across the field 300 yards. And there was no reason for Dad and Landon to not expect that turkey to gain another 10 yards and really get in for a closer shot. But unfortunately, the turkey got in there, and I think he'd seen something and just kind of knew something wasn't right. And he just kind of turned and went the opposite direction and went on about his business. So anyway, we did not get a shot at the big bird. We did move up and we got on to some more birds that were gobbling. And the last time I kind of checked in with you guys, Dad and Landon was setting up in front of me a little bit, kind of at the corner of this field, and I was setting back off the field a little bit, kind of in behind them. We had two birds gobbling like crazy coming up through the woods, was going to come out in that corner. Well, the last time that I heard them gobble, it sounded like they were right there on top of Dad and Landon. Well, apparently what had happened, there was a little bit of tall grass. Two, what Dad thought were hens, were actually jakes, walked through the field, and then there was two jakes that were gobbling in behind them, which is what we heard on the audio. They come walking out, and as soon as they got into their shooting lane, a deer blew, and it kind of spooked the turkeys. They kind of jumped and just went about 5 yards into the field, still well within shooting range. But when they went over to the left, because Landon sits so low to the ground, the grass was kind of tall, and Landon couldn't get a shot at these turkeys. And you know, from there, it just kind of went downhill. I think Landon got a little depressed, he wanted to shoot a turkey, but it just didn't work out. And it's just the way turkey hunting is. Turkey hunting it's the game of that last 2%. Turkey hunting is very easy
at getting them to 95%. 95% of the time they will almost get killed, but it's that last little bit to get them there is what makes turkey hunting almost want to pull your hair out. But anyway, this morning Landon's back home. I'm actually going to go team up with Anthony Guffey, the guy, if you've been keeping up with the channel, that I coyote hunt with a lot. We're going over. He's got a kid. Well, actually, we're going with one of his buddies' son. So basically there's going to be a slew of us. There's going to be 4 of us. We're going to go team up with those guys and see if we can get it done this morning. They've got a piece of property where apparently there's a lot of turkeys. So we're going to go over there, have some fun. I'm just happy to be out in the woods, not cooped up inside, and actually hearing some turkeys gobble. So let's go pick Guffey up. Let's go have some fun this morning, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. What do you say, Bubba?
What you doing?
Another day in paradise.
Here you go. You ready to go?
I'm ready. You got the toilet paper back?
Yeah, well, you know, I had a bowl of cereal this morning, so you never know.
You was giving me heck about off-brand dude wipes, and you just got the old faithful.
This is like a half-used roll. It's perfect.
That's like worth $100 right now. That's like $100 bill.
I know. I'm gonna put it in my pocket for you, like mug me or something, you know. We ready to talk now? I'll eat it.
We've got birds gobbling pretty much all the way around us. Biggest bird that we know of right now is straight in front of us. They actually seen this bird yesterday afternoon, knew where he was roosted at. But we've got 1 bird in front of us, 2 birds to the right, a bunch of birds to the left, and several birds back behind us. And we've got the avian eggs decoy set up probably 20 yards in front of the ground blind, so if we can get old redhead to come up here and play a game with us, we'll see if we can shoot him right in the head. And when they flew down, he came down with them a little bit, but he's still over there strutting. Alright guys, so we spotted this big long beard. He's just got a bunch of hens over there with him. He's going back up the hill. That gobbler, he's gobbling, but he's still back up in that, on the corner, way up on the other side of the hill. Oh yeah, I think he's just gonna come. That other hen left him, that's what it is. I think she's right down in that dip. Oh yeah. That's a real good bird. He said there was some turkey. So these little bitty pine trees right here in front of me, where's he at from those? On the right side. Okay, all right. Straight in front of you. Straight in front of you. Straight in front, under the pines, under the pines. Left, 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 right there. Squat down. I just seen him. Right there he is. See his fan? See his fan? Thought if he squatted down, if he poked his head up, he might be able to shoot through that stuff.
You never saw him?
He was like right there. I didn't see him. He not broke in the strut. When he come in the strut, that's when I seen him. Oh, dadgummit. That was close.
Another day.
That was close. Holy smoke. That's the game of turkey hunting. 20 yards, you can kill a bunch of birds. Dadgummit. You know, strutting right here facing away where he could have broke strut and shot him out in the back of the head.
I sat right there, dude, and just sit there and watch that joker forever.
He was right there on you.
He was 5 yards from me.
That's what I told him. I said, Guffey could shoot him with a bow.
Oh my God, I could have killed him for 45 minutes. He's a big bird too, man. Yeah, he's a tail. God, that's one of the prettiest turkeys I've ever seen, man. He's colored up. He come by me spitting and drumming, just acting a fool. And then these jakes right down here.
They busted us coming down.
They were fighting. All of a sudden it just went crazy, and I said, y'all must have spooked. And no, they were right behind the truck, running circles, fighting like crazy. You know, there was like 4 or 5.
There was 2 hens come right up to the woods on us right there when we crawled down to the thing. So
Well,
I
I
seen
tell you-
them, and then the jakes went across. So.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know how many jakes or how many hens there were. I could just see there was 5 turkeys. But I tell you what spoiled it. There was one hen that y'all bumped before you got to the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And she come running down through here. See, they were standing right here. Right here in this little opening. And that's why I said if you come down around that curve, you got it.
We got to right there and I seen him.
Well, I seen you pointing. I'm sitting there videoing y'all, and I'm like, look at these 3 stooges about to kill this joker just like this.
I was like, right there he is, right there he is. And I just seen this fan. And I just sat down. And I thought if he squatted down, if he poked his head up, he had like a small hole, but he broke and went off to the left.
I seen
And
him take off running. But see, when y'all got to the truck, I thought the gig's up because the hen come running through. But he was strutting right there.
dang.
Oh, man.
Guffey's problem is I gotta edit too much out. Like if I put Guffey on film, it's like 30 extra minutes of trying to cut and paste and move audio around. Well guys, that was it for today's video. Youth weekend was somewhat of a success. Did not pull the trigger, but we were right there on several birds. And this youth weekend in North Carolina, for whatever reason, is like if the big season came in this weekend, there would be so many turkeys killed, because these turkeys have not been messed with, and for whatever reason, they're just so much more responsive to calling. As you've seen yesterday, whenever I was hunting with Landon, I mean, we called that turkey 300 yards across this field to us. And you know, story of turkey hunting, you know, you're 10, 15 yards away from killing that bird. And same thing today, this bird wasn't all that responsive to calling because he had some live hens there, but we were able to slip around, get over there near him. Guffey was actually sitting in a tower stand, kind of watching everything, and we were slipping around on him and got within probably 35 yards of this bird, but there was just a small pine tree in the way, and you know, just couldn't get a shot at him, and he busted us. Just, it is what it is. So, you know, a good weekend altogether. Turkeys gobbled. They worked fairly decent. You can't really ask for a whole lot more other than killing a bird. So we still got a week's worth of youth season, and then our season kicks off this coming Saturday. So pretty much a week away, I'll be in the woods with the Stoker, with the Lonebeard XRs, ready to go. EOTech on top, trying to shoot one right in the face. So hang in there. We're 1 week away. There'll be a lot more turkey videos coming, guys. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button in the top left corner. Trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subscribers. Every click means the world to me. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time.